how do I learn storytelling? What does that even mean? What is this Dan Harmon thing? And this three act structure. What does that mean? 3-act.
Yes. What does storytelling even mean? Why are we so attracted to stories? What makes a good story so effective? And how do they connect us to strangers? Is there even some science behind that? I've spent the last weeks seeking to understand why stories can move us to tears, change our attitudes, opinions and behaviors, and even inspire us. And how stories can change our brains, often for the better. Here's what I've learned. In today's world especially, a good and meaningful story seems to be the key factor for standing out and leaving a lasting impression. Of course, I knew basic stuff, like a story has a beginning, middle and an end, increasing tension through the plot, the right settings and characters, and so on and so on. But to me, this wasn't enough. So first, just like everyone is doing these days, I was asking ChatGPT.
Storytelling is the art of conveying narratives or accounts in a compelling and meaningful way.
But that wasn't really helpful. So I digged deeper and attended different storytelling courses, and what I found out completely blew my mind and shed some light into the darkness. The human brain is a complex organ that constantly interprets information and creates stories to make sense of the world around us. All stories contain moments of unexpected change, and brains are obsessed with change. That could be anything from a 60-word article about Kim Kardashian's shoe falling off to a 400,000-word novel. Every story you will ever hear amounts to something changed. With that being said,
a really well-constructed story is a sequence of causes and effects. One change leading to the next change leading to the next unexpected effect. And that's because that's how brains understand the world.
So we seek for some causation between the beats in the story, where the most involved part is the neocortex. It is also known as the rational and thinking brain. You can further stimulate the story by giving the brain space to fill in the gaps. So, a story starts with change and information gaps, which builds curiosity in the plot with a lot of upcoming questions, and that keeps our brain engaged during the whole time. All the brain wants is control, so a story is a form of play that teaches us to manage it. Flawed characters create meaning. Through exploring life from the perspective of imperfect characters, we are given a safe and relatable space to explore our own flaws and vulnerabilities. We are drawn to them because we want to watch them learn and grow and pursue meaningful and realistic goals. This is crucial as our own flaws are often deeply rooted and can diversify greatly depending on our upbringing and environment. Let's have a quick look at cultural values as an example for that. Western stories are influenced by the ancient Greeks, where the individual is preferred over the collective. According to psychologists, Western children are raised in a culture of individualism, which traces back around 2,500 years ago to Greece. The rocky and hilly landscape of Greece made large group endeavors difficult, leading to the idolization of individual self-reliance as the key to success. Stories from the East, however, appear to be influenced by the Chinese, where the collective is preferred over the individual. Here it's the complete opposite. The emphasis lies in ensuring the group's success rather than individual accomplishments. Anyhow, let me read something to you which summarizes the idea about flawed characters. I think the author uses James Bond as an example. Stories are exciting, but not because of bullets or high-speed ski chases. It's because we want to know how this specific person, with this specific history, and these struggles and these flaws, will get out of it. They will usually only do so by stretching who they are, by trying something new, by making some unprecedented effort, by changing. Who is this person? This is the question all stories ask. It emerges first at the starting point when the initial change strikes. the main character overreacts or behaves in an otherwise unexpected way. The question re-emerges every time the protagonist is challenged by the plot and compelled to make a choice. Let's take The Godfather as an example.
That's my family, Kate. It's not me.
In the beginning, Michael is an honest and intelligent Marine, the outsider of the family and loyal to his girlfriend.
But don't ever take sides with anyone against the family again.
In the end, he becomes the new Godfather who is dishonest and ruthless and now loyal to his family. During the whole story, we keep asking ourselves,
who are you?
So, where does this come from? Evolutionary psychologists argue we have two wired-in ambitions. Humans have evolved to respond in certain ways to tales of heroism and villainy, because doing so has been critical for our survival. This comes from the fact that 95% of human existence were in hunter-gatherer tribes. According to psychologists, human language evolved in the first place to tell tales about each other. So with gossip, people would keep track of everyone else closely and check on their behavior. This also marks the birth of storytelling. Underneath the best stories and life goals, there is an insatiable thirst for status. Our special interest in it comes partly because human hierarchies are not static but fluid. We have this in common with chimpanzees. Chimpanzee alphas have a lifespan at the top of 4 to 5 years. Because status is of existential importance and because everyone's status is always in flux, it's a near constant obsession.